Hey everyone, today we will be going through the top tech stories of April 3rd, 2012, as we do every day here on MikeBed96.com. So, we'll get started right away talking about Internet Explorer, something that we all know and love very dearly. An article posted on All Things Digital, allthingsd.com, talks about how Internet Explorer is seeing an increase in users. Interestingly enough, for the first time in a while, they have received a slight increase in users, and they have also experienced an increase in market share, something that other browsers aren't seeing. For example, some major competitors, Firefox, Chrome, Safari, and Opera, have seen a decrease in market share, while Internet Explorer at the same time is seeing an increase. So I think this is partly due in part by some improvements that Internet Explorer has seen. They have definitely come a long way since Internet Explorer, what was it, 5? With the new version out there, I don't know what version they're on now, but it's definitely a lot cleaner. I think the major con of Internet Explorer at this moment is speed. Something that other browsers really have taken into first priority. The Internet Explorer is just kind of like at the starting line right now is speed. Internet Explorer is slow. We'll just say that. I'm sure we all know that. So that is definitely something that Internet Explorer needs to do if they really want to see a large increase in users. Is bump up that speed, for Pete's sake. That's probably the biggest thing right now that's bringing it down. There's a number of other things that Internet Explorer needs to do to improve, but speed is just they need to do something about that. Next, we talk about Google. Google is the center of attention today, and when it comes to mobile payments, they have acquired a company called TXVia, which is a leading alternative payment innovator, and basically what Google hopes to do is implement their ideas and existing relations into their own service called Google Wallet. Now, if you don't know already, Google Wallet lets you easily make payments using NFC and your smartphone. You could kind of think of it as sliding your phone instead of sliding your credit card next time you visit a retail store. However, you don't even need to slide the phone. You just hold it up to a little NFC chip and bam, payment made. So I think this is a wonderful idea. Google Wallet has been around for a while, and it's a great idea, and I think it will eventually, one day, maybe become an alternative payment, kind of like credit cards came and became a major form of payment. I think Google Wallet will, and maybe competing services will arise as well, but this whole NFC thing, I think it will eventually become a major, widely accepted form of payment. However, there is one issue that must be addressed first, which I have not seen much focus on by Google, and that's security. I don't know if you heard, but a while back there was some hacking going on where hackers could actually go into, they could basically compromise the NFC signals and download credit card data that was stored in Google Wallet on people's phones. And this is a very large crisis. It is a crisis because if this thing ever goes large, hackers could just sit around grocery stores and download people's credit cards as they buy milk or whatever. So this is a large issue that does need to be addressed by Google. Otherwise, they will see a speed bump, I think. They really need to build consumer trust in this new technology because it is still very vulnerable. Now let's talk about Android. A very nice-looking Android phone out there, the HTC Rezound from Verizon, is receiving a price drop. Androinica reported on this, and they say that from the original price of $299 that it was released on, they have seen two price cuts. One at the beginning of this year, which was $199, and then now it's down to $49. So a $50 smartphone spurring from what used to be $300. Now, this seems to be a very nice looking phone. It is a 1.5 gigahertz dual core processor, 720p 4.3-inch display, a gig of RAM, Android 2.3, but upgradable to 4.0 in the future. So, it does look like a very competitive phone, and even the article by Androidnica states that it could compete with Galaxy Nexus and the Droid Razr. So it looks like a nice phone. Now, I would definitely recommend considering this phone if you are in the mobile market. If you're looking for a phone, take a look at this. It's a $300 phone that's now $50, and you could probably get it cheaper for that if you have a coupon or it's on a further discount, because this is no discount. This is an actual price cut. So see what you can do. If you're in the mobile market, consider this phone. Looks like a nice competitor. Now, this next story by IndieStar.com, it's a really special story for me. It talks about how an iPad application is helping kids with autism and Down syndrome learn how to communicate and actually talk. So, the application, like I said, it runs on iPad, and it's called Speak All, and it allows sentences to be created through imagery. Now, the user simply drags images in order to express an idea. So this is a very innovative application, and Oliver Wendt is an assistant professor of speech at Purdue University, which is the university that created this application. And Mr. Wendt said that half of children with severe autism are nonverbal, meaning that they do not develop speech or language skills needed to communicate. I thought that was a very interesting statistic. And this application, it aims at helping kids with autism and Down syndrome to communicate. And it's actually been proven that graphics, which this application uses, are aiding in learning how to communicate. So graphics are helping these children learn to communicate. And so this application, it really looks promising. And it's always amazing to me to watch technology help other people and change lives, especially when that technology is in the consumer market. And this is a $500 tablet that you can buy online, that anyone with the $500 can buy online. And it's changing lives medically, not just metaphorically, but medically. It's medically changing lives. So I think this is an amazing breakthrough in consumer electronics, and I think this will spur an idea that, hey, if it could do this, what else can these devices do? Or what really hits home for these kids? Because we don't know that much about these diseases. The next article by iPhoneLife.com talks about something that's not very surprising, at least to me, and that is Apple becoming a $1 trillion company. So their stock is going up, and it doesn't appear to be stopping anytime soon. And analysts predict that they will soon hit the $1 trillion mark, which will actually make them the first company on Earth to ever reach $1 trillion in value. Now, they will be officially releasing their earnings report for the first quarter on April 24th. But this isn't surprising because of two major factors, I think. First of all, they release high-quality products, and they never cease to do that. Apple does not release junk. And I think a weakness of other companies is that they try to, I'm not calling other companies' products junk, but they try to find shortcuts in order to lower the price of their products. And I think that's dangerous. What they're doing is they're lowering the value of that product and lowering the lifespan ultimately. People know that Apple products are quality products, and so they know that they're investing their money into something worthwhile and something that will last and something that is actually worth that money. So I think it's good that Apple charges more because then they can do more with their products. They can, give better, high quality products. And they're one of the few companies to make that their number one priority, and that is to make high quality products. Whereas other companies, their first priority seems to be making cheap products. Maybe they try not to make them seem cheap, but price-wise, they try not to make them too expensive. They think that if the price is lower, more people will buy it. But obviously that's not true a lot of the time, because Apple is now becoming a very successful company, and that is just the opposite of their beliefs. Now, the second thing that I think has made them this successful is that they protect their brand. There's not a lot of companies like Apple. I can't think of a company that's really like Apple. Yeah, there's companies in the same field as Apple, but there's really no other companies that are anywhere near what Apple does. And I say that because Apple, they're truly unique because they protect their brand. They have all these restrictions. They protect their patents and their trademarks. If they see a company like Samsung, if they see them, copy them, or what looks like to be copying, they will take it to court. Because there's something special about these Apple products. There's something about their design. There's something about how they're used. And if they see a threat, they will take it to court. And so I think that is a lot of people don't like that about Apple. It makes Apple seem very controlling. However, I think it is a strong suit on a business perspective, because Apple is truly unique just because of the restrictions that they have in place. There are no other companies truly like Apple. So thank you guys for watching. This concludes today's tech recap. Stay tuned for tomorrow's tech recap, where we'll cover tomorrow's top news stories. Make sure to follow me on Google Plus and Twitter, and visit my website, MikeBen96.com. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.